Elements of delegation. As we see, elements of delegation is based on these three pillars: authority, responsibility, and accountability. So authority refers to the right of an individual to command his subordinates. So this is a very, very important thing which says that yes, I can really pass on an order to my subordinate so that the subordinate who I'm ordering can take an action within the scope of his position. Scope of his position means the periphery under which I can work. So that is my scope. So if I am going up the ladder in hierarchy in an organization, my scope increases with the higher position. So here the authority concept arises from the scalar chain. Scalar chain, we have understood that how the communication is passed from a top authority to the authority subordinate to them, or how it moves from one to the other, vice versa, from a subordinate to a superior. So this is how we see authority here. The concept here arises from the scalar chain and the kind of job position one is holding in any organization. So the one who is at a higher job position is in a position to command the one at a lower job position than the person. So authority here also tells us that if you are having an authority, that means you have given the right to take certain decisions in the given scope of your work. Like whichever position you are holding, whichever managerial position you are holding, in that position you have the authority, you are authorized to take certain decisions in that given position. So in any formal organization, authority here is as it is said in your NCRTs, originates by virtue of an individual's position, and the extent of authority is highest at the top management. As we just said, that the scope of authority increases as we go up the ladder in an organization, and it reduces as we come down the corporate ladder. So this is how authority varies. It is the highest with the top bosses at the top level. As we have also seen the various levels in the first chapter of business studies, where we have seen top level, middle level, and lower level, that is operational level of management. So here authority also helps us to maintain some kind of order in the organization, wherein the manager is having the right to take certain decisions, to expect people to obey him, wherein he is asking people to work in a particular manner, in a given direction, so that work can be accomplished. The given task that we have to fulfill can be accomplished. So here authority helps us to understand the kind of relationship a superior is having with a subordinate, wherein the superior communicates his decision to the subordinate, expecting that the subordinate will listen to him, work according to his guidelines, and thereby complete the given task. That is what is authority in the delegation concept. The next concept here, the next pillar element of delegation is responsibility. Now, without responsibility, at times authority has no meaning. So responsibility is what? It is my obligation. Obligation of whom? The one who is getting the order. Who is getting the order? The subordinate. To do the task given to him in the correct manner. So it is again, there is a relationship that we see. What kind of relationship? The superior and the subordinate relationship being put into practice here. So here, when I am getting the order to do a particular task, I am also expected to perform it properly, whatever is assigned to me. So responsibility here is flowing upward, as we have seen authority flowing downward, where the subordinate is getting the orders from the superior. Here, my responsibility is to do the job as assigned to me by the superior. So here the responsibility is having an upward flow. So the subordinate is always responsible for whatever task he is assigned by the superior. So we understand that. An important consideration in this view is with respect to both authority and responsibility is that when an employee is given responsibility for a job, he must also be given the degree of authority necessary to carry it out. Very crucial thing, because if I have only the responsibility to do a task, but I am not authorized to take any decision regarding the same, then I might not always be able to complete my task properly or as expected. So effective delegation will be executed only when authority is according to the responsibility. It is commensurate with the responsibility that one is getting. So both authority and responsibility should be given in a balanced way so that one is able to complete the task properly. So the third pillar or element in delegation is accountability. Now, accountability, we have seen that in delegation, authority empowers a person to pass on command or expect obedience from the subordinate. But here, even when the person is doing that, we have already seen when we were discussing delegation that I cannot say that I am not at all accountable being a manager. So I am very much accountable even though I have passed on or delegated some work. So accountability remains with the head. The accountability remains with the head, and it implies being answerable to the final outcome. So whatever is my final outcome, whatever is the result may be good, the result may always not be good. It may be, as not as per your expectation. So in every case, it is my accountability as a manager. The superior's accountability lies as to the given task. So that is what is accountability we are talking about. Once authority has been delegated and responsibility accepted, one cannot deny accountability. It cannot be delegated and flows upwards. That is, a subordinate will be accountable to a superior for satisfactory performance. It indicates that the manager has to ensure the proper discharge of duties by his subordinates. It's generally enforced through regular feedback. So this also holds very much true that the subordinate is also accountable very much to the task that he is given to complete by the superior. So what we see here, that delegation of authority undoubtedly empowers the employee to act for his superior, but the superior would still be accountable for the outcome. Similarly, the subordinate who is getting the work from the superior is also accountable for the work that he is doing. So in any way, people involved or whoever is a part of a particular task can at no point of time say that I am not accountable for the given task that is given to me by a superior. So the superior is responsible or accountable, and the superior also cannot say it's given to the subordinate, so the subordinate is responsible. So here we see that delegation works with these three pillars. The pillars are your authority, responsibility, and accountability. So all these three together helps make delegation a very important concept being carried out in any organizational, in any organization.